There's your problem. You look at it as frustration. Once you look at it as frustration, you're finished. If you look at it as a problem that needs to be solved, you'll find a way to solve it. You find a way to work around it. What, you're so perfect? You're talking about how to deal with people, about the work of Allah or the Dergah to get the work done. But the people, they just don't listen to you, or it's very frustrating. Oh, how should I deal with this frustration? There, you idiot. You have no shame to say that? If I assign a work for you to do and you say, I'm so frustrated by them, Shaykh, what should I do? I have shame if I say that to Shaykh Effendi. You still don't know how to, that means you don't know how to work frustration. Because you still see it as a frustration. It should not be. It should be, okay, because this is tariqat, okay, you cannot go this way, go this way. You cannot go this way, you go this way. You keep finding it, and the more frustrated you are, which, who are you to get frustrated at people? You're better than them? They frustrate you with this, you frustrate others with other things. It goes on and on. If you know how you're making other people to be frustrated, like, choosing less words or not being an idiot, and now you're trying to solve the issue of, okay, I should not, where Shaykh Effendi washes me up for that, I should not get frustrated. I should find a solution. I should try, right? You either concentrate on, why is he washing me up? Like so many Murid spoiled ones, why is he washing me up? I don't understand. Who am I? Where am I now? No, we're supposed to wash you up, bruh. If we're not knocking you wall to wall, that means you're not even worth to be, to have tarbiyat, for us to give you tarbiyat. You work with people, they're like this, find a different way, find a different way. Don't be frustrated. It's so cliche, so simple, so common to say, I cannot work with them. Everybody says that. Even prophets, they say that about their nations. Yes? Holy Prophet ﷺ is different. So, put that aside. Can you put that aside? Yes. Can you put that aside enough to show the mask of frustration, but to be able to get the work done? It's just a mask. If you don't know how to put it on because it's too much, then don't even wear the mask. I've seen Shaykh Effendi using the mask of frustration or jalal or divine anger, that kind of a thing, because I see the point is to make things move, for people to wake up, and this is not that he himself is so tied up, is so angry, he can't shake it off. No, he's not frustrated. If he's frustrated, then why start anything in the spiritual way? Everything is going to be frustrated. Do you understand me? How to deal with that? Find a way. Don't get frustrated. Find a way. Find another way. You think I'm not frustrated with you, but I'm saying it like this. But we still have a lot of respect and love for all of you. It's not something we're going to keep. I'm not frustrated by it. I'm just showing it's annoying. That's okay. Which half of the time I don't need to show. I don't need to show. Half of the time it doesn't bother me. Whether because I don't find it to be such a big deal, or it's not worth the trouble. People sleeping. Once in a while when I say that, it's because I care. So many times I let them sleep because it's not worth it. I don't care so much. Now you see the paradox there. Yes. How many times we hear this from Shaykh Effendi? It says, you're lucky your Shaykh is still washing you up. If he doesn't wash you up, he doesn't. You're not in his heart anymore. He lets you do as you. The worst is when the Shaykh says, do as you like. So, I don't think you are. If you look at it first as, okay, this is not getting through to this one like this, let me try a different way, let me try. The fault is me. I cannot convey the proper instructions. But some people, there is not. It's like, why are you not listening to me? I am Lodi. Who is he speaking to? I'm thinking, maybe he's speaking to generals or pashas. He's speaking to a 6-year-old. Allah, why? You must. What? Who are you speaking to? Women? Now you don't have proper adab, how to enter into people, how to like this, like this, like this like this. Then it's going to be very difficult. If you know, which you are getting better, alhamdulillah. I mean, after 13 years, you should, mashallah, subhanallah. But let's try. Say, this is not working. Not because they refuse to listen to you, but because you have not found a way. You have not found a way to produce the result. You have not found a way even now to be able to act frustrated but not be flustered. Do you understand? But you're not flustered. You're just using it because maybe by using that, they'll start working. You can't really separate that now. Then you'll be in trouble. So it doesn't matter for this way or that way or my way. You're just going to explain nicely. You're going to explain. You're going to explain again and again. You're going to teach again and again. And hopefully, maybe they'll understand. And then again and again, with so much, you spit out once, you swallow 100 times. You spit out 100 times, you swallow once, you say, now I have to spit out another 100 times. A lot of people, they're like that. It shouldn't be. It should not be. Come down to their level, always. You understand? And don't have a weird view of how Shaykh Effendi does it or how I do it and everything. You don't know the whole story. You don't know what kind of relationship we have with a person. You don't know whether this is, who is watching. Is this something personal? Is this pedagogical? It changes. 2 people, 3 people, completely change the dynamics. 5 people, stranger, not a stranger. Someone close, someone. I'm not even talking about who's sitting on you. 2 people. Your Shaykh and a Murid. You don't know what the Shaykh is seeing. Who's sitting on that Murid right now? Is it shaitan or is that the ego? Is that laziness there or is it another donkey sitting? That's how I see Shaykh when he gets so upset over. It seems as if it's over nothing. Until you start looking at it through his eyes, then you notice, but this is the thing. Our ego says, it's so easy to pick up on Shaykh Effendi when he's being Jalal, mashallah. And all the men wants to pick up Jalal. You don't know nothing, head or tails, but you want to copy that, so easy. But the Jamal, the patience, the understanding, the sitting down, the crying with people, nobody really wants to know. Nobody wants to find out. The patience of swallowing 100 times, nobody asks. Nobody sees. So, we should have a very balanced view of these kinds of things, otherwise we're going to lose. Understand? Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. Did you eat your, what is this? Any questions? Yes? Bismillah.
The disease inside of you, when you come to Naila, if you have a disease, that has to come out in order to get cure. And I was thinking also, sometimes we have like wrong thoughts come to our minds, but we don't want them to come out to do something. Like, how is this difference from that? Like, why that wrong disease has to come out, and why the other wrong things is better if it comes to our minds and we don't.
If you don't know, some people, they're so blind to themselves. They don't know. They think they're so good. Do you think you're so good? No. You know what you've done. You know what, you know the shaitan that whispers and everything. Some people, they don't, you see. When you know all of this, not necessary for it to come out. You have to deal with it because it's already out. Now you have to control it like this, like this, like this, like this. Now some people, they don't. They come to me, or they look at me, they talk to me, or to other people. They look as if they're so, mashallah, so good, so clean, so pure. You understand? They behave off. They think they don't have it. We see the traces, the symptoms of that. But they think they don't have arrogance. You see? So for that, if you are not able to understand what it is, see what it is, you cannot get rid of it. You'll always be denying. Until it is out, then you understand, oh, I have this. Now, let me take the next step. You understand? That's all. Yes, Mr.
Before we started the zikr, you mentioned that for us to even be able to make zikr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has remembered us first. And I was thinking before the zikr that when we make dua, even if we were to take time to really put out or even write it down nicely, everything that we were asking, everything that's inside us, even if we thought and put it perfectly, it would, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala still knows more than that about us, what's inside, what's our condition, what we want, what we need, all of those things. But still, and you've mentioned so many times, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, even if you break your shoelace, ask me. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything inside us more than we know, how should we understand that He's saying, but still ask me?
How to understand? Just ask. It's not your responsibility to know what He knows. Even about you. He knows about you. It's not your business. Your business is for you to know yourself. Not your business to know what He knows. You have to know you. You know, in this dunya, you ask for everything. You do. You ask for everything. Everything that you have, you ask for it, you work for it, you got it. Like this or like that. Yes or no? With or without believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes or no? So there is a direct connection now between what you want and what you get. Right? Why you cannot make the connection with subhanahu wa ta'ala? Why we assume now, since you know us, you know everything, so it doesn't really matter if we ask or we don't ask. And He's saying to us, come to me one step, take one step to me, and I'll take 10 steps to you. Now, asking, there are different things to ask, different ways to ask, different times to ask. There are important things to ask, not so important things to ask. Prophet ﷺ in that hadith, he's not literally saying, ask for shoelaces. He's taking an example, even it seems something that is really trivial. But to know that as a believer, the action of asking is not demanding something, but the action of asking is what? Huh? Showing your neediness, showing your weakness, showing your weakness as a servant. Ya Rabbi, I'm weak. I need this. You know me better, whatever that is good to give. Sultan al-Awliya, at his level, when he gives a sohbat, he says, we are even ashamed to tell Allah what to give us from this dunya. Because to ask from this dunya is like asking straw. You understand? But does that apply to us? No. Does it apply to people who are working for this dunya for akhirat? For example, you're living for this world to get something, to help people, to build this and that. No, it doesn't. Because now, whatever that you are wanting, asking for, It is about pleasing Allah directly. So with that, you have to show yourself, because the dua, yes, Allah is hearing, but the dua is between you and Allah. You are hearing it first. You're saying it, yes? Now you have to know yourself. What is it now that is most important to you? It's not just asking also. It is to give. You cannot give anything to Allah. You can give what? Thanks. That is another very important aspect. So now, asking, there's higher levels of asking. And there's not only ask, but to give. Not only to take, but to give. You give what? You give thanks. How are you giving thanks? People, when they ask Allah, they can be very specific. Right in front of the Kaaba, they're asking, please, I need a job, I need this, I need a job that pays me at least this much. There are people who make du'as like that. Wasting. It's like Shaykh Effendi saying, in front of the Sultan, you're asking for straw. He's owning everything, but you're asking for small things. Now this now is learning to know what to ask, what is most valuable to ask. We hear this story from Shaykh Effendi so many times. Those ones who were around the Sultan, that they did not understand why the Sultan has a favorite, that one seems to be like an idiot. And when the Sultan decided to show everyone and put everyone to the test too in his court, all his advisors, the pashas, the ministers, and he says, what do you want? If anything that I can give you, what do you want? And everyone starts to ask for the things that is according to their role, according to their need. The Minister of Finance asks for more money. The Minister of Defense asks for more arms. The Minister of Education wants more knowledge. Everyone has according to just their own level. That's what they ask for most. But the one, his favorite, he didn't want anything. He grabs the Sultan's hand and says, I want you. Because now having the Sultan means you have everything. So our relationship to the Prophet ﷺ, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it cannot be I only ask for this, I'm busy with this. It has to be something much bigger. We want the Prophet ﷺ. We want Allah. And all these things, especially if it is to help you in that pursuit, is okay. So many times it doesn't. So, it's good to, so many du'as, if you look, people know how to recite dua, memorize in like a roll, saying du'as, but they don't understand the spirit of that. So many of these du'as is not something that is very specific according to that. Even leaving the bathroom, entering to the bathroom, traveling is not really, it is saying, it is articulating a feeling. Yes, it is a feeling. What you would like, the blessings that you would like, and the curses that you want to leave behind. Yes? And the praising of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that is connected to that action. Yes or no? In fact, so many of these du'as is not really that specific. It's not so low. That means it's very lofty. Our du'as now, it has to be lofty. Okay, we need this. Allah knows. Ya Rabbi, you know. You know my situation. You know my situation with my marriage. You know my situation with my job. You know my situation with my children. You know my situation with my health. As you like, Ya Rabbi. But make me to become a better servant to you tomorrow. Make me to become the one who is always in need of you and giving thanks to you. and asking you always for forgiveness. Make me to become a grateful one. Make me to become a better servant to your friends. All of that is concerning all of us and every day what we're doing. Yes or no? So, we must try. But it doesn't mean now, because you're doing that, every time you're going to come late to the Dergah. Why are you coming? Oh, Allah's sake. No, not really. You're doing it to pay your bills. It's to pay your bills. It's your dunya. You can't really say, I'm doing it for Allah's sake. Okay, 1 time, 2 times. Continuously, always. Some people, they're allergic to being here early. They're allergic to being here on time. They have to come after I come. Every single time. What? That is a sickness now. In the guise of, this is how shaitan is fooling Murids, serving the Dergah. Serving the Dergah. Didn't Shaykh Effendi say so many times, when the sun sets, don't work anymore, come pray and we must eat. He would yell at people who are doing work out there, for Allah's sake. And he says, I'm eating here, and you are working, and you are doing it to make me look like a tyrant, that you are working and I'm eating. So what? You're running late every time. What do you want me to say? You cannot find 5 minutes, 10 minutes in that, or you're doing it because you want to show that, mashallah, you're so hardworking. Then again, at least those ones that were working there in the barn, they were doing that directly for the Dergah. 99% of you, you're not doing it for the Dergah, you're doing it to pay your own bills. So you cannot. You don't have any excuse. You understand? Because we are here to worship. This is more important. And it's not as if we're calling for this every single day. Once a week. When you fail in that, something is wrong. There are only 5 holy nights in Islam, 5. Shaykh Effendi says, if you cannot make it for 365 days Allah gives. So 5 nights, you cannot set it aside. He says, I question your faith. Is it? These are the markers that you can say, okay, did I make the advancement? Did I make progress or not? So many people ask, how do I know I make progress? Which maqam I'm at, da-da-da. Which maqam? I'll tell you when. When you are more conscientious, when you're more particular about showing the best adab on holy days and holy nights, like Jummah, like zikr, when you're keeping it. You say, okay, I have to do this zikr, this much zikr. Before it starts, I have to do these things, to shower, I have to be here, I have to sit, not coming last minute from the streets. This is how you know you're going to make. When you're becoming later and later, and you're just coming, and then pretty soon it shows. This is just an empty ritual to you, not to others, but to you. Because if it is very valuable, you give it value. The same thing with the Jummah. Same thing now with holy days and nights. Be careful, because that's when the tajalli of Allah is there. Now you're going to be more conscientious. No excuse now. No excuse. Allah, you're asking for rizq. Allah is giving it to you, and now you're using that rizq, and you're using that as an excuse not to worship Allah. What a weird thing is that? Now you're going to say, no, I'm going to arrange my time accordingly so that I'm going to be there. Yes? Yes or no? Tell me this is something that Shaykh Effendi didn't speak about for years. He does. He's very particular about that. So, we must watch. Otherwise, we will gain, but we're going to lose. You will gain, but you'll disappear. You don't know where it went. The barakat will leave us. Now let me ask those ones who are, okay, you say, I can't help it. Okay? You come late. Then what do you do to make up for it? None. The answer is none. Any of you who came late, who say, or you come and they say, okay, because of that, now I'm going to worship a bit more. I'm going to sit and recite more salawats just to make up for that. Going into the kitchen and washing up when there are 10 people every Thursday night, it doesn't cut it. And then when you look at it properly, you say, the things now, it has to matter to you, not that it doesn't matter. It's not the easy stuff now. Doesn't have to be so difficult, but the things that the ego doesn't like. That's how you're going to sort of like keep the balance. Right? You understand? Inshallah. May Allah let us keep the adab properly. Fatiha.